Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This will be your weekly intuitive tarot reading for August 3rd through to the 9th. Aquarius, let's see what your overarching theme or message is. And while I'm shuffling these guys, I just want to tell you about my friend's tarot channel as well, fellow Australian reader. You might want to check her out. I watch her readings myself and I find them really nurturing and positive. And her tarot name, her channel name, sorry, is Karmic Evolution Tarot Starseed. So head over and check her out if you want. We like to support each other, and we're not readers that are kind of doing this, you know, for getting the most subscribers or, you know, winning the race, the competition or something like that. We believe in lifting each other up. So check her out if you feel to do so. Okay, let's get the message out, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know? I've got two. I'm taking that one there. Council of Light. Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. I really love that card, Aquarius, because, you know, Divine Orchestration kind of means that the stage is being set and your spirit team, your guides are, you know, helping to align you to your true purpose. And even if you feel that there has been a lack of action, know that often in those times, sometimes that's because, you know, things are falling into place in, you know, other realms, things are lining up. So that's a really nice message there. It's a kind of a confirmation. Just know that you're, I don't know what you believe in, Aquarius, but if you do believe in spirit realm, you can always ask your spirits and guides to help align you to your path and remove blocks if you're ready to do that work. Dinah, beautiful. When I see this card here, I always think about the dancer on the world card, how the dancer goes with effortless flow into the next chapter and knows when it's time to release. So this one here is about concentration and meditation with the intention to know the truth. And it talks about flow, yeah, absolutely. So it's quite spot on with that. You know, it's about when the dancer becomes the dance, the singer becomes the song, the painter becomes the paint, the lover becomes the love. So when was the last time that you felt that you were really in your flow state with what you're doing, Aquarius? And if you don't feel, I'm not saying that we feel like that all the time, you know, we have jobs and relationships that do go through challenges. But if it never feels like that, then that might be an indication that that is not in alignment for you and maybe you need to move on to something else. Okay, let's go to the tarot, guys, and get the story out. First of all, Aquarius, choosing your energy for the recent past. Yeah, because maybe it has been a bit challenging, you know. Can be a bit of an uphill battle when we see the Seven of Wands, but looks like you've got the higher ground, Aquarius. Let's get the current or focus energy out for you. Yeah, you've been putting the work in. Can we have the near future outcome energy for Aquarius? Oh, now, well, this is the Wheel of Fortune, guys. Now, this is so much what I was talking about there with the divine orchestration and things coming together, the stars lining, the stage being set, getting those ducks in a row. There's a sense here that, you know, whatever you've been journeying till now has kind of set you up for this moment. You know, you've been working towards something and now there's going to be the big shift. The big shift that maybe brings you to a solid foundation, to some kind of synchronistic event, which could be, you know, partnership here with the Four of Wands. Let's go to the clarifiers. Clarify the Seven of Wands for you, Aquarius. That's too many, guys, but did you notice that the Seven of Wands was there? You know what? Let's take those. I'm seeing that double Seven of Wands is definitely an omen there. We've got the Chariot with the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so that is very, very clear there, Aquarius, that there has maybe been an ending that you've been resisting. And, you know, that's why we've got that message of Diana, the dancer, the effortless flow. It's like knowing when to release, knowing when to flow with grace into into your next chapter. And, you know, no wonder you've been kind of, you know, maybe stagnating on this, because we've got the Three of Swords here, which obviously means that there is some disappointment, maybe for the work that you've put into something, the effort and energy that you've put in. Maybe you just didn't quite get back what you were really hoping to from that. So yeah, it's time to transform that situation. That is the Death card with the Wheel of Fortune. Yep, things are changing for you guys, and here comes that big change, that big happy shift. Lovers at the bottom of this deck. For some of you, this may be in love. For others of you, this indicates the big heartfelt decision that may need to be made in order to draw something to a close, so that you can, you know, start a new chapter, so that you can go through a transformation, so you can transform a situation, whatever it may be for you. Guys, keep in mind, these are general readings for the collective. They are general energies, and you will know how they resonate for you. So it will be different for everyone, and I do try and, you know, give a few kind of readings or storylines as I read the cards, because general readings, some people might be journeying things in career or with family, other people it might be with their romantic partnerships. So let's read the cards here, Aquarius. We have a double hit of Seven of Wands, Ten of Swords in reverse, and I am reading that in reverse because that feels right for this reading, and the Chariot. So double, let's go with these first, double Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is that card for me of the swimming upstream against the current. You know, what's the situation in your life, Aquarius, that feels like it's just been hard work? You've been pushing uphill, you've been putting all your time, effort, and energy in, but there's a feeling of not getting those returns. I'm feeling that with the Eight of Pentacles as well, but also having to defend yourself. So maybe you've been challenged by somebody, maybe you're getting challenged in the workplace on your ideas, maybe it's with family members getting challenged on your true values and who you are, and friendships or in a relationship just not feeling in alignment anymore, and you always feel like you have to defend yourself, defend your choices, defend your values. That is the potential. It can be a card of feeling conflicted internally as well, you know, those kind of phantom rods coming at you, your own inner demons coming up, because we can't see who's holding those rods. It's also for me the card of maybe being in the survival state, fight or flight. Maybe you've just had to really keep on pushing, or you've really, you know, you've been in that state where you've just had to kind of keep on the treadmill and keep things going. However, what I do notice when I see this card, Aquarius, is that you have the higher ground, and behind you, which is actually on your side of these rods, is this greener pasture. So it kind of feels like you've actually sort of maybe made a key decision, or you're kind of almost there, but you're still fighting the final parts of this situation, but you are kind of on the right side of the rods, if you know what I mean. Okay, and you know, the thing that you might be fighting here, Aquarius, is this ending here with the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords in reverse can be two things. It could be some burnout from the situation. You could be feeling fatigued because you've really just, you know, tried to keep on pushing for as long as you can, or it can be resisting a completion. And the Ten of Swords can be quite a painful completion. You've got the Three of Swords in this reading as well, so that could be why you're resisting it, even though you might know it's inevitable. You know, the putting off because, you know, we know that we're going to go through a difficult time or a difficult healing, or the disappointment, sadness, and sorrow if we do just, you know, stop the battle and let this actually, you know, let it defeat us in a way. It's like maybe you've been fighting to hang on to something, to hang on to a relationship, to hang on to a job, and your energy is running out, and I think you're ready just to go, maybe just to go into surrender mode and accept, well, you know what, maybe there's an ending and I need to go through that in order to move on. The Chariot. So that's what I'm seeing there, guys. The Ten of Swords is very much about, you know, there is a new dawn on the horizon, but first of all, there's a bit of a darkness maybe to go through, a bit of a challenging time, but the promise is the Chariot, and the Chariot is a true card of victory. So I really feel like there is a victory for you, but it's going to come after you've cleared the hurt, the heartbreak, whatever it is that you need to journey in order to process this. The Chariot also is a card of, you know, moving on towards happier times, but it asks you to be in true alignment in order to do that. In the Rider version of this card, we see the charioteer with a heavy stone chariot, and it's pulled by two sphinxes, one black, one white, which stands for the indecision within us, the being in two minds. And it's when we make, and they're sort of like heading in two directions, those sphinxes, and it's when we make a clear, aligned choice or decide to move forward in a way that is going to better us, that's when those sphinxes come into alignment and propel us forward with pace. So it's about, you know, making a clear and conscious, aligned decision to move forward. The thing about the Chariot is that it often asks us to leave a comfort zone, leave a sense of home behind, which can be a physical home, actually needing to relocate, move out of your home due to obviously a relationship breakdown, or the fact that, hey, maybe, you know, you've been fighting to hold on to a home that the rent or mortgage is outside of your means now, but you've been fighting it for so long. That could be a possible reading here as well. So yeah, the Chariot is kind of like that point of, when does the discomfort of the pushing and the known outweigh the discomfort of the fear of the unknown? And I really feel that you're getting to that point where it's like, okay, I kind of know that something's got to give and this is going to unfold anyway, so I may as well face the unknown here with the Chariot and move forward. So that's what I see there with that card. It's a big card of moving on, and it asks you to leave that comfort zone. But what I see at the other end of this reading with the Four of Wands is, let's say, not a comfort zone, but a new foundation, one that is more solid, more aligned with you, and deeply more happy. So sometimes we need to feel the fear and do it anyway in order to transform a situation and end up at something that's even more aligned with us, but we don't really know it in the time. We're kind of feeling that calculated risk. Okay, so current energies, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Yeah, so here we see a couple of things. We see you sitting in the hurt of what has been released or is about to be released. And there's levels to the Three of Swords. It can be anywhere from disappointment and a bit of sadness to actually, you know, full grief and, you know, deep hurts and deep healing. So you might be journeying that. That's the Three of Swords energy. However, you know, that full part of the healing process, when we're really consumed by the tears, the anger, and the release, that is the first step of the healing process. And we have to remember that, you know, when we're in that, that's as bad as it gets. And, you know, we need to know, like, when it's time to fully release, to shift us kind of out of that period. And I think you're willing to put the work in to get past this. That's what the Eight of Pentacles is. It can be carving out a new direction and your commitment to that. Doing the work, putting the time, effort, and energy into moving through the pain of the situation so you can get on and transform the situation. It can also stand for maybe, you know, you did put a lot of time, effort, energy into the situation and it just wasn't reciprocated. That's more of a Seven of Pentacles energy. This is kind of the next step that you've sort of, okay, you put time and effort, blood, sweat and tears maybe into a job or relationship. You didn't get back what you wanted, but now you're making that vow to yourself that I will carve out my own direction. I'll put the energy into something that I love or that's truly right for me. And that's when I know that I'll start achieving, that I'll start to be proud of what I've created. Yeah, there's a commitment here to getting past the worst of it, getting past the pain points first. And in your near future outcome position here, Aquarius, look at this. This is the big change. This is the big happy turning point. But it's never easy, guys. This is the Death card in this particular tarot deck, and it's called Transformation. And the work of transformation is not easy, and it can be deeply painful. Sometimes we have to let go of things or people that we love, but they're just not right for us, and that is totally okay. It's totally okay to release somebody that we love, and it doesn't mean to say we stop loving them or we can't have them in our lives, but maybe we can't be connected to that thing or person in the same way anymore. That's why transformation is painful, stepping away from things that might not be working for us, even though we still have deep love for them. And that's why there can be that Three of Swords energy. But the Wheel of Fortune says it's time for change. And, you know, it really is part of your journey, this transformation or transforming your life at the moment. It can be a card of, you know, end of a karmic contract, beginning of a new one, great change, luck, fortune, setting up a whole new chapter, a whole new decade. And yes, it's asking you to follow that light. Like the Ten of Swords that we had in your reading, the Rider version of that card has a heavy black sky, but with a little like slice of new dawn kind of starting to eclipse that. And that's sort of like the light that you're now moving towards. You know, you're seeing the light and you're moving towards a new direction, one that's brighter, more happier. It's kind of like following the sun energy, which is the most positive card in the tarot deck. But as the Death card, it says that something is being released. Something is being allowed to perish, to die, to clear your slate so that you can take on, you know, new energy, new things from the space that's created from the release. There might be a key decision with the Lovers card in order to, of what to release, what to hold on to and what to release. It's a card of rebirth, you know, it's about birth, death and rebirth and walking a new path. Now it says that the situation that you're in, the season is over and it's time for you to move towards the light so that there will be a new spring, a new summer, a new dawn, a new day. Oh, guys, the tarot is just doing this to me all over the place now. So I was just describing this very version of the card. We've already had the Ten of Swords once before. See? The new dawn, the new day that you're walking towards. That heavy, dark sky, dark night of the soul that's going to be lifted. And it says here, Magician, directly under this, it's just all playing out. You have the control. You have so much power and potential to create an abundant new start for yourself. And this is the new start. It's number 4. It's a foundation. You're building a solid foundation for happiness, whatever that means for you. And for many of us, that means maybe a home and a partner and, you know, marriage and all that sort of thing, abundance. This is also the 11 card that says that you are being guided and that there could be, you know, synchronicities that are leading you this week. Always plays out perfectly, Aquarius. Just remember, even if it feels horrible, it's hindsight that makes us look back and realize why we had to experience that and where we were being led to. Okay, Aquarius, I am going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and keep in mind again that it's a reading for the collective. It's not going to be necessarily everybody's reading or an exact description of the events in your life. If you do feel called to share, please leave me a comment. I do try to respond to them all. I do read each and every one, and it helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies, and I'll see you back here next week for another message.